Have you ever wanted to start meditating, but always struggled to find the time because you have a full-time job, you're busy on the weekends, and the million other excuses we all have? I found an easy way to make meditating into a habit. It only takes 2 minutes and it's helped me lower my stress and anxiety. Let me tell you how. Before I explain how, let me explain why. Have you ever had those moments in life where you feel completely overwhelmed and anxious? You feel like your entire world is just crumbling around you. Me too. I feel like I've been having these moments a lot lately where I just feel completely overwhelmed with everything that's going on in my life. And this is where meditation comes in. Studies have shown that regular meditation can help people improve their self-awareness. It can decrease your stress and anxiety levels. It can help you live more in the present moment and increase patience and tolerance. I've meditated consistently before, but this is a habit I've sort of fallen out of. I found that as life got busier and busier, I would meditate less and less. I started to notice myself getting a lot more anxiety and nervousness, and oftentimes I would feel completely overwhelmed by everything that was going on around me. So I decided to build meditating into a habit again, but I needed to fit it in with a busy schedule where I worked full time and did other millennial things like spend way too much time with my dog. So I set myself a challenge where I would meditate for a minimum of 2 minutes every single day for an entire month. You might be asking yourself, does 2 minutes of meditation a day actually do anything? The short answer, yes it does. The type of meditation or breathing I'm doing is called extended exhalation. It's a breathing technique where you exhale longer than you inhale. Research has shown that this type of breathing is very effective because when you're stressed or anxious, what it does is relax your body and give yourself time to think rationally and make logical decisions. This slow, controlled breathing moves your body away from fight or flight and moves it more towards rest and digest. Research has shown that extended exhalation relaxes your muscles, decreases your blood pressure, and lowers your stress. So yes, just 2 minutes of this breathing exercise can make a difference, but the point of this challenge was to use these 2 minutes to build meditation into a habit. To build anything into a habit, you need to make it easy, and nothing makes building a habit easier than the 2-minute rule. I'll get to what the 2-minute rule is in a second, but first, let me explain what would have happened without it. I would have promised myself I'd meditate for 10 minutes every single day. I would have stuck to it at the start because my motivation levels would have been really high, but as time went on, my motivation was sure to take a dip, and the chance of me sticking to 10 minutes of meditation every single day was questionable. Enter the 2-minute rule. Instead of promising myself I'd meditate for 10 minutes a day, I promised myself I'd meditate for 2. Here's why this works so well. First off, it's only 2 minutes. Anyone can find 2 minutes in their day to spend meditating, and if you can't, there's a much bigger problem in your life that this video is not going to be able to help you with. Meditating for 2 minutes a day is ridiculously easy to squeeze into your life no matter how busy you are. The second reason is because you don't need a ridiculously high level of motivation to sit down and meditate for 2 minutes, which means you're more likely to do it even on those days you aren't feeling it. Finally, by sitting down to meditate every day, even if it is just for 2 minutes, you're creating an identity for yourself. You're reinforcing this image of yourself as someone who follows through and does what they said they were going to do, becoming the type of person who sits down and meditates. Trust me, that is powerful. What I'd find is that some days I would sit down, I'd get in the zone, and I'd meditate for longer than 2 minutes. And other days, it was a struggle to get to those 2 minutes. But the important thing to note was that no matter what happened, I still sat down and meditated consistently every day for 2 minutes for over 40 days. I've told you why I started to meditate again and how to build it into a habit, but I haven't told you how. The how is very simple. You simply breathe in for 3 seconds and you exhale for 6, and you repeat this over and over again for 2 minutes. That's it. It's that easy. Breathing in and out sounds easy enough, but the hard part about meditation is actually paying attention to your breath. As you breathe in and out, you're going to notice moments where you find yourself getting distracted. You're going to start thinking about random stuff. The sound of your dog barking and your cat meowing will break your concentration. And then, when you start to notice yourself thinking about anything other than your breath, acknowledge the thought and then refocus on your breath. With time, you'll notice yourself focusing for longer periods without getting distracted, and you'll find yourself coming back to your breath quicker. I've told you how to meditate, but what did I notice? For me personally, it was a moment of peace, and this was a game changer. I knew that no matter how chaotic my day got, I'd always have 2 minutes where I could just sit back and try and get out of my own head. I started to notice myself feeling more agitated and anxious during the day, and oftentimes when I could feel myself building up to that, I would actually take a couple of seconds, maybe even a minute or so, to practice this extended exhalation isolation so I could relax and get my body to focus again. This channel is about honesty. I have periods throughout the day where I tend to get agitated and irritated very quickly, and what I noticed is that after meditating consistently every day for 30 days, there was a slight reduction in how often I could get angry. It wasn't a massive difference, but it was a difference. I also noticed that there were moments where I'd be angry for less longer, and for me this was huge because I tend to get caught up in my emotions, and once I feel anger or once I feel anxiousness, I hold on to that for the rest of the day. And lastly, on rare occasions, I would find myself trying another method of communication rather than resorting to feeling anxious or getting angry. Research has shown that 10 minutes of meditation a day is the most beneficial, but like I mentioned before, just 2 minutes of meditation has been linked to lowering stress levels. And the important thing about these 2 minutes of meditation is you're building a habit. You're building a foundation which you can start to build on. Because you have that base habit of meditation locked in, what you'll find is that on some days, you'll start to meditate for longer and longer, and those will be the days you really need it. I'm now going to build on this habit. I've set myself a goal to meditate for 10 minutes a day for the next 30 days. If you want to see how that challenge went, make sure you like and subscribe. If you want to go watch my previous video on the book that inspired me to quit a job I spent 7 years studying for, click here.